Good morning, friends. Today we're going to work on our week 1 assessment together in class. So this morning we are going to annotate together. I'm going to annotate on this and then share it with you so that when we get ready to answer questions in class, it's already ready. So I'm going to help you out a little, but I do want you to read along with me so that you can be ready to answer the questions. So we're going to go down to the questions first so that we know what we're looking for as we read. We have number 1. This is a 2-part question, and these are tough for you guys, but it's asking us for the main idea of the entire passage, which is important because sometimes it just asks for a summary or main idea of the first part or the last part, the whole passage, mostly about. Then part B says highlight 3 sentences from the passage that support the main idea. So what 3 sentences are key details that caused you to choose the main idea you chose? Okay, number 2, paragraph 2, I'm just going to highlight that because it tells me where I'm going to look. It says, it shined like a white dinner plate. What does this suggest about the moon? So again, using some of that figurative language to help us visualize the moon. So what does that suggest about the moon? Number 3, what understanding does the author gain? What understanding does the author gain during the night of the supermoon? I'm just going to do supermoon because I want to know what is his understanding because of the supermoon. Number 4, paragraph 1. That's where I'm going to look. The A in stations, oh, this is a grammar question, so I don't have to really go back to paragraph 1. I just need to listen to the word. The word says the A in stations. Okay, so I'm listening for that long A sound. Number 5, what is the main idea? Purple. Of paragraph 4. So see, this is an example where you're only looking at a specific paragraph, not the entire story. Then it says, the question is, what's the main idea? But it says, underline the sentence that best states the main idea. Okay? What idea about nighttime does the passage express? So what do they want us to understand about nighttime based on the passage that we read? In paragraph 5, we have the meaning of the idiom, hold a candle to. So another use of figurative language, an idiom. What does that mean, to hold a candle to something? And that is the end of our question. So let's go read our passage together quickly. It says, viewing the supermoon. I think we had a supermoon not too long ago. I first heard about the supermoon during a TV weather report. Then I read about it in the newspaper. The radio stations also mentioned it. It was supposed to be the biggest and brightest moon in 20 years. I'm going to highlight that because that whole paragraph is about the supermoon, and now I understand why everyone's talking about it. It's the biggest and brightest moon in 20 years. After a late Sunday dinner, I decided to go outside and see the supermoon. The night was mild and cloudless, perfect for stargazing. So I sat back and watched. As promised, the moon was big and bright. I could clearly make out mountains, valleys, and craters. It shined like a white dinner plate. So I want to look at the description of the moon. It was big and bright because I just saw that idiom. Okay, the moon was big and bright. The person could clearly make out mountains, valleys, and craters. Now these were mountains, valleys, and craters that are actually on the moon. So how big and bright it must be to see all those details. It shined like a white dinner plate. I'm going to highlight that in different color. Let's use pink as our answer ones. But to be honest, I was a little disappointed. It didn't look that much different from other lovely moons. Well, that's interesting. Even so, I continued my sky watching. Stars glistened overhead. A light breeze cooled the air. I'm going to highlight these details because these are really nice descriptive details that tell me about, it's orange, that describe what the weather and the nature and everything around us was like that night. There were stars glistening overhead. A light breeze cooled the air. The crickets chirped and hummed, so we can see what they see. We can feel what they feel, that cool air, and we can hear what they hear, crickets chirping and humming. The night sky made me think about how people once believed Earth was the center of the universe. Today we know that the Earth orbits the sun, not the other way around. So now we know today that, I need a new color, guys, that the Earth is not the middle of the universe, the sun is. Our sun is a tiny star among countless other stars. That's cool. Many ordinary people today know much more about the sun, the moon, and the stars than the greatest scientists of the past ever did. While I was enjoying these deep thoughts, here's some more good descriptive details. Dr. Hasty loves those. I heard loud crunching and cracking nearby, so we hear what this person hears. As I turned, I saw some animals in the mulberry tree. We saw some animals, and now we know what they see. A few yards away, to be more precise, it was a family of raccoons. Guys, this is a beautiful example of elaboration. You know, we talked about race, the rubric, the other day. This is where they told us, I saw some animals, but then they elaborated and they told us what kind of animals. It was a family of raccoons. The raccoons were eating all the berries in our tree. For them, the supermoon did not hold a candle to nice, juicy food. So there's that, sorry, I said idiom earlier, I think. That was our, the dinner plate. Hold on, I'm going to go back so I say it correctly. Here's the idiom, did not hold a candle to. Up here, it shined like a white dinner plate. That is a simile. Let me change my color too so we can stay consistent with things that were part of our answers. They did not seem too concerned about me either. So they weren't paying any attention to her. So there is our story, annotated. A nice story about the night of the supermoon. And then we have our questions annotated. So today when you come to class, be ready to answer those questions and engage in some conversation about what answers you think are the best choices and why. And we'll work through this one together, not on your own. See you in just a bit.